10:02. I guess we'll go ahead and get started.
Snooze, you lose.
Today is July 12th.
Yeah, it is, like I said, July 12th. So if y'all will all stand, we will. I'll go ahead. Mr. Dade, open us in a word of prayer.
Heavenly Father, we just come to you now, Lord. Lord, we just thank you for this day and all your many blessings. Lord, we ask you to bless this meeting today. Keep us all safe and keep us. And Lord, we just ask you to be with us, Lord, and show everyone else, Lord, who you really are. And we thank you for protecting us all. In Jesus' holy name we pray. Amen.
Face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Ms. Laura is not here today, present, or myself, Gene Wilson, Getter Harrell, Tony Kelly, and Jay Neal for our board. At this time, we will go ahead and, does anybody have the minutes from the last meeting?
No, she didn't give us a legal.
She did not give us a
Miss Laura has
meeting.
got a family emergency. A lifelong friend who's taken ill, so she's, excuse me, she's trying to be there.
That's okay. I watch his videos on social media.
There you
I
go.
keep up.
I hope maybe that's why we don't have any people today.
It's a
because these
possibility.
videos are really being watched by a lot of people.
Right. I do.
You know, why come down here when they could just sit in the comfort of their home, have a cold drink, and watch the circus?
Yeah.
Yeah, and sit under a good air conditioning.
Yeah.
Well, the least people, the more dramatic, the less dramatic it is. I look at it that
Well,
way.
we did post that Geta did that the AC was working, but I'm not sure a lot of people have gotten that, and it did get a bit warm last month in the building.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty decent in here.
Yeah, it was nice.
Well, at this time, Ms. Getter, would you want to go over the finances?
We took in $480 on, between the dues and transfer fees. We transferred $1,500 from our savings. And so that gives us a total of $4,031.18. The water bill, it's constant at 54.27, and then the telephone internet one is $112.94. Electricity was pretty decent since we didn't run the air conditioner at $74.84. Our insurance is still the same at $641.75.
Let me interrupt you there just a minute. I have been talking with the Germania agent. We are trying to find a cheaper or less expensive policy. So, go ahead. Excuse me.
The building security, which is our security system here, is $129.64. We got the roof fixed, and we paid him off. Paid him what the rest of what we owe him, next $300. And then administration of $288. And then the road maintenance was the tire for the
Maintainer.
maintainer. And then there was one other thing that was in
What else did we do for the, was it the truck or the maintainer?
there. Some more tires for a trailer.
Right.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Total cost of $2,511.69, which leaves us $1,519.49. And was us taking out $1,500 on our savings. It dropped our savings down to $10,837.75. the balance, $12,357.24.
Now, we have found the part for the tractor, the Mahindra tractor. It's going to cost $1,200. It's in Luskin, so we're going to have to take money out of the savings to get that. We have not had a lot of funds coming in. We've had less dues this year than we had last year. And I haven't checked the fuel lately in our tank, but I imagine the last time I checked it, we had approximately 325 gallons.
And just to give you a heads up, we were totally expecting the dues to drop off, because if you follow any of the social media pages for Indian Springs, there is no shortage of people out there that are just telling blatant lies. I don't know where they're coming up with some of this stuff, but people historically will believe the lie because it's exciting. We've got people that know us. They have our phone numbers, they know where we live, but nobody will knock on our door or ring our phone and say, hey, I heard this, is there any validity to it? They just take it as gospel, and then to make matters worse, they spread it. So it's like, what do? You can't win for losing. So we were expecting some of the dues to drop off, but with the increase in dues next year and the changes that we made, some of the finagling that we've been able to do, we're hoping that we will be able to send out letters to the people next year that refuse to pay because we're no longer willing to wait. We don't want people's property. We don't want to inconvenience anyone. We simply want the neighborhood to do their part. And if they can't, then we will take measures to start claiming property. It's bottom line. We can't play this game anymore. So, spread that rumor if you would. I'd appreciate it.
And we can't deplete our savings account.
No. We cannot keep using that money. That's there for a specific reason. If we have a hurricane, a devastating fire, flooding, and we've lived through it out here, we've got to have backup funds.
Emergency funds.
Emergency funds.
Yeah.
Okay, at this time, Neil has been monitoring the questions and stuff that have come in and everything. I'm going to ask him if he wants to address those.
Sure. So those questions were asked online for people that can't come in here. They really still want to participate.
Neil, can you speak up a little bit? I can barely hear you down.
Sure.
I know you're a soft-spoken man. I get that.
Okay, so the people asking questions online because they cannot come in, and not being able to come in doesn't mean you're excluded from this meeting. We always like to hear from you. We always want to be able to hear any questions or any concerns you have. Instead of listening to the rumors, listen from us directly, like Tony said. So, sorry if I'm gonna pronounce anyone's name incorrectly, but Leslie Lee, she asked, would like to know how we can pull together to beautify our neighborhood as in sides of the road, etc. So she's talking about if we can do something about taking care of the general area
Okay, like picking up the trash, mowing the sides of roads.
Correct. Maybe putting also flowers and make it look pretty.
Yes, sir.
In the past, what we would do is have a cleanup day, and we could get the Boy Scouts to come in. They came in, and whoever wants to volunteer in the community, a lot of people brought their young teenagers and things like that, and we had a hayride, and we would pick up, had a big trailer with hay on it and stuff, and we had a meal for them for lunch, and they would go up through all the roads with bags and these sticks with nails on the end, picking up the trash so they can get it on their hands, and put it in the bags, and then later on bring it all back and burn it. That's what we used to do.
We have tried to get community volunteers, somebody just to run a crew. We will supply the trash bags, the trailer, we'll haul everything to the dump. We just needed somebody to volunteer to put together a crew to help clean up. That's never come to fruition. Soda Baptist has a youth council down there that they used to come once a year, maybe twice a year, and do that very thing. We would pull the trailer, they would pick up trash, but then they had some bumps in the road with their youth counselor. He was replaced, and then the next guy was replaced, and all of a sudden that help disappeared. So if any of you are involved with a church that might have a youth group that would be willing to help, we would love to talk to them. We'll make food and beverage available.
Did you talk to the Boy Scouts?
No,
We used to call
we had a young lady here that was involved, but she got cancer, so that went away. So we have the,
Who's in charge of the chapter with the Boy Scouts?
we haven't heard in over a year. We don't know.
Probably pick it up on Google.
Look into it. See if you can get them to come out and help us. That would be great. That would take one thing off our plate.
I'll work on it.
Sure.
Okay.
On the next question from Ms. April Funk. She said, can we please have a market day at the POA building on the books? So what she's talking about, like, you know, like a big garage sale where everybody comes in, rent a table or something like that, and sell stuff here in the neighborhood instead of going down, you know, to town. That's what we usually are. So she likes to see something that we can do here at the POA building.
We talked about it at the board meeting on Thursday, and we're all for it. We would like to have something like that, because it was a great community
Sure.
process, and we had pretty good deals on that. We don't want to do it in July or August, it's too hot. We're thinking September, October would be better, so if anybody has a particular weekend, reach out to us so we can get it set up. And it gives us time to get it set up so we can make it fun and enjoyable for everybody.
I have a suggestion. Could we maybe have a mini trade day, since they took the majority of our trade days away from us? The city did this. They have 4 trade days a year. We used to have 12, and now they're down to 4. And when I go, there's not that many people, because people are just aggravated with what they did. To me, they should not have ever done that. They surely didn't have a right to do it, but the city council decided to exit that. I think that the people ought to rise up and tell them we want our trade days back.
Yeah.
And what we could do here is have a mini trade days.
We've had these basic neighborhood garage sales before, and sometimes they do real good, sometimes not so much. But I think if we attack it from a different direction, if we get with the community and find out what day works best for everybody, we can just put that out there, ask them, what do you think? What would be a good time?
Yeah.
We have to be very careful about what we pick, because in the past we picked days that interfered with other functions going on, either with the Livingston or the reservation.
Right.
So we need to be careful about the days we pick. But any of you that listen to Metro Fair, I can call Elmer at the radio station and he can let us post that we're having a mini trade days out here, and we can start posting it like a month before it starts happening, before it is scheduled, and maybe invite people from in Livingston to buy a $10 space and come out and get involved.
Yeah.
Terminology makes a lot of difference.
Sure.
You say garage sale, hardly anybody wants to show up. You say trade days, everybody shows up.
Brother, I don't know. I know people that live for yard sales, garage sales. I've heard them get on Metro Fair and say, is anybody having a garage sale? And they do that often. Folks live for those things.
Yeah.
And in this day and age, everybody's trying to save a penny
Well,
because things are getting too expensive.
yeah. Well, trade days is not just garage sale. Some of the stuff is new.
Right.
Some of the stuff is things they've made. And then they also have certain
Plants.
booths
Yeah.
that sell plants and food.
Yeah.
Well, I would
Like Indian
suggest,
tacos or something like that.
I would suggest that we pick a month.
Yeah.
Don't give people the opportunity to pick a month.
No.
But they can pick a day. If we can get on the Facebook pages and let people know, say, first week in October, weather's cooling down, second week of October, something that doesn't interfere with other functions.
Right.
What weekend would you like? The second weekend of October?
It's meeting day.
Okay, so the first weekend would be better, you think?
First week, maybe the last weekend in August, and the first, or September, or the first weekend in October.
Okay, let's give them that option, you know, either the last of September, first of October. see who picks, see what they choose, just like they did with the Totem Pole Lodge thing we're about to get to. Let the community pick a day, and then I can let Elmer know, and he can start advertising for us up to a month in advance.
Good.
That gives us time to do the paperwork, sign up people, and we'll let people know if you have a vendor, a food vendor, and you'd like to come out and sell food. Instead of us cooking and going to all that trouble and investing that money that we usually never get back, let the food vendors come out, sell their products, and we get a spot, correct, some money from their spot.
See, I've known some of the vendors, they're personal friends of mine, and they would like to come here
Okay.
and have a little mini trade days, and some of them have food, but they have all different things that they buy. They buy garage sale stuff, or they buy stuff that people have made, and you got a variety of everything. It's not one specific thing. Garage sale means everybody's getting rid of their junk, I mean.
In often cases, yeah.
But mini trade days has a wide variety of all kinds of things, not just one specific thing. So you have multiple things that you could do that, bring in certain people. This person likes this, but they don't like that, That's what I'm saying. Have a variety of things, and then you get more people to respond.
Well, I can tell you from personal experience, I've been on this board long enough to know, if we do a fundraiser, nobody wants to show up, just a handful of people. We go to the expense of bringing in food, we do things that cost the board money in hopes of recouping that money, and we never get it all back.
Well-
It costs us money to put these things on.
Yeah.
But if we don't provide services like food and beverage and other things, all we do is collect the rent spaces, then it's a win-win for us.
Yeah.
And we need that right now. We need that badly.
Well, I was talking about, there are food vendors that will
Sure.
show up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking about a giant company.
Right.
I'm talking about individual people.
Right, that have little
That go to
trailers,
trade
yeah.
days
Right.
and they have their own little supplies and things like
Yeah.
that. It doesn't cost you anything. They'll pay you to do their thing.
Vanessa?
I was just gonna let you know that if y'all do happen to do a fundraiser, I own a commercial snow cone machine.
You really?
Bless your
Good
heart.
for you. I did not know that.
And I'll let y'all rent it. Yeah, the fire department, I had bought it for them, and Bubba Root turned around, he said, no one's gonna use it but you. I use it down at the yearly fishing tournament on Lake Donna, but if y'all are gonna have like a little kids thing or whatever, if somebody wants to use it, I'll rent it out to y'all for $50. Do what y'all need to do.
Well, if we do this, why don't you come down and sell snow cones instead of renting it to
Yeah,
us?
just sometimes kids come.
Well, but
They get my nerves
if we
all.
rent it, that means we have to find yet another volunteer to come and babysit that machine. Dude, you have to leave here at some point.
Yeah,
You
you're
can't just
sitting-
hide here.
You're sitting
And to-
entirely too close. But I do. I have a big commercial.
And two on that is, if we rent it and something happens, we feel responsible.
Yes, we will be
I don't think
responsible
you can
for
tear it
it.
up. I'm telling you, that dude
But-
is
but if
heavy
we-
and very
Okay,
big.
Vanessa, you've been here how long?
I know, but
Well, there's people in this neighborhood that
I own
can
it.
destroy a tank.
I own it, so trust me, it's a
I hear
trouble.
you.
I know some people I could give them an anvil and they could destroy it with a hammer.
Rubber mallet and a brass monkey. huh?
Well, do you know or trust somebody that would,
I mean, there
excuse
may
me,
be
be
times-
willing to come and run it on your
There may be
behalf?
times that I can come do it too, because
Okay.
like this morning I woke up, I couldn't hardly move because of the spinal disease.
Understand?
But, like if y'all are gonna have one, 'cause I don't make meetings sometimes, I do follow his videos. But you have my number,
Sure.
make sure I know, and if I'm in a good place, I'll come and do it myself.
Okay.
And I will split the funds with y'all right in the middle.
That'll work.
Thank you.
That'll work.
Just like I'm renting the hall, that's why I was fixing to say too, for the October the 18th, make sure you're not gonna use it then for trade days.
I already got it
You
up.
got it.
I've already put the money down. What I want to do is instead of collecting the money back, the $100, I want to take the 40, pay the property dues for the new place, and the rest of the 60, I'm going to donate it.
Well, I talked to Robert the other day, and by the time the rental happens, that other unit will be in place, and you should be able to hang meat in here. Robert really knows what he's doing.
Right. I
And
mean,
this is old, those folks.
yeah, look, come on, they're 80 years old. But, we're probably just going to
Well,
need to borrow.
the heat, we never did lose the heat.
Right.
Because they're a separate unit, although they're tied to the same thermostat, but they are a separate unit. We didn't lose the heat. We were able to use
This will
it.
be the first time his dad's been here. We've been out here since '06, and he's coming from Louisiana, so I kind of would like it to be comfortable for him for sure.
Yeah, so it should be,
So, but yeah, I'm just gonna donate the remaining of the money.
We
Okay.
can bless you for that.
But just
Yes.
keep in mind, when y'all do have the fundraiser, Tony, just let me know. And if I can't do it, I might can get someone to do it for me.
I'll remember this. I talked to these folks quite a little bit.
I got him on speed dial.
Yeah.
And we got most of the syrup.
Oh, me? Yeah, I buy it by the gallon.
And we have some here too that was donated from when we had the Easter thing.
Yeah, I have normally, for the, like the fishing tournaments, I do the flavors all on a dry erase board. That way if I run out, I just wipe it off. But I was giving them away for free over there for the fishing tournament. I
And
was.
I'm hoping next year we can get that back started.
Yeah, me too. And Jay had donated some ice from the store,
Okay.
so it all worked out.
Yeah.
It wasn't that much out of my pocket, you know.
Next question.
The next question is actually two questions from Mary
Palacios.
So she's asking, can the POA do something about the stray problems that we have?
it's called a freedom of appeal that they can't eat.
Right, Adam?
Because I don't see the animal control coming out here.
Yes, they will not come out unless you capture the animal and have it in a cage or on a chain.
Right.
There's another aspect that not everybody knows about. There's a humane society up front in the town, and the guy next door to me had about 6 or 8 dogs that they came all over the neighborhood. People dumped them, and he started feeding them. So these dogs stayed there, and they were moving around in packs. And then the man died, and so the Humane Society came over here and picked up all of the dogs, and one of the residents got one of them. So you call the Humane Society, they'll come and pick them all up.
But they're not gonna chase them down.
They're not going to chase them. That's
They have
They won't
traps.
sit.
They have traps that will not cost you a dime.
We'll try.
They will work. I saw it happen. I would live right next door to this guy,
Okay.
and I'm talking about 12, 15
Oh, all
dogs.
those little yapping dogs that were next door that chased the tractor
Yeah,
where the guy passed away. I got you.
yeah. All the dogs are gone. Every
Which is
single one of
great.
them.
I know they didn't chase me the last time I went over there.
Well, one guy, a friend of the family, was part of my wife's family, he picked up one of the dogs he liked, the only one that had a collar on it. He took that dog, he still got it. He's got several. But all the other dogs, the Humane Society can't pick them all up. What they did was they put trap doors on the cages, the little wire cages, and they put food in there. These dogs are hungry. They went in there and zapped. And they took them. They got them all, every single one of them.
We gotta look at, hopefully they have bigger cages. If you have that number, it'd be great if you could give it to us so we can at
I
least.
don't have that number, but like I said, you can look everything up on Google.
Well, I can tell you this, again, speaking from experience. We've got a couple of kinds of people out here. Some that want the dogs gone. They're tired of the mange, the strays, the propagating at will, making babies, multiple litters of babies. And then we've got those that, if you watch, they'll dump dog food on several street corners to feed these animals. They don't want to bring them home, but they don't want them dealt with either. They think they have, it's a precious life that should be protected. Some of the dogs were gotten rid of by somebody in the neighborhood. And he caught a lot of hell because of it and a lot of threats. So he decided it wasn't worth the trouble and he stopped. But there was somebody taking care of these dogs. Now, if people call him, they're in their yard, he'll go help them take care of the dog.
Yeah.
But the ones that are just running the streets, he doesn't even bother anymore.
Well, some of these dogs are very aggressive and they move in packs.
Sure they are.
And they'll surround somebody else's dog, their own pet, in their yard. They'll come in their yard. They're not afraid to go in their yard. And all these dogs will surround that other dog because he's not part of the pack, and they will tear him to pieces. It's been done in my yard. They killed 3 of our cats. I had a cat for 13 years, half Manx, and these dogs came in there and just tore it all to pieces, killed them.
I have a couple of dogs that come up to my fence, ask Tony about my dog. They got too close to it, she stuck her head out and she grabbed a hold of one of them.
Yep.
And we're talking.
And she don't let go.
What kind of dog do you
125
have?
Huh?
What kind of dog is that?
125-pound German Shepherd.
Oh, German Shepherd?
And she's quick for her age. Trust me, I know.
What I'm talking about is aggressive dogs. I'm talking about pit bulls.
Right.
And they have an 80-pound crush. They can crush your leg bones.
Yeah.
These dogs are vicious and they're very dangerous.
Let me give you, for instance, last year when I still had chickens, I was sitting in my living room and 3 dogs came into my yard and they weren't feeding, they were killing. I watched the one dog grab one of my prize roosters by the neck, shook him violently, dropped him and headed for another one. So I stood outside with my 22 and I took out 3 dogs. While I'm in the middle of taking them and burying them, a friend of mine called. I love this lady to death. She's a friend. Still, I consider her a friend. But she is a major dog person. And she goes, hey, I'm on my way to your house because I've got some cool rocks on my road. And she collects rocks. I said, baby, give me about an hour. I'm trying to deal with this. And she said, what happened? Well, my dumb ass. Sorry, my mistake. I told her what I did. I haven't talked to her since. She told me that I was wrong for doing so, that my chickens deserved what they got because they were running free in my yard. Yeah, the dogs were only there, because they were starving. I said, sweetie, you didn't see it. They were killing the chickens. They weren't eating them.
Yeah.
But we haven't talked in over a year. I'm disappointed, but so be it.
We've had this problem I've been here 28 years, and we had this problem long before I got here.
It's been here
People
for a
come
while.
here in the middle of the night because it's such a large area, and they dump off all these
And it is
strays
isolated.
because we don't have a
Sure.
dog pound anymore, and they don't take dogs.
Yep.
If people want to dump a dog, they can't take them to the pound. So they dump them in a large area at night. I've seen it done, and we woke up, and there's dogs going everywhere, and they weren't there yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how we got our puppy, that Daisy May.
If people don't want their dogs, they shouldn't have them.
2 little dogs have been dumped at my house, and I'm not ready for another pet yet. I can't do it. Dogs are very needy animals. Cats, they're cool. You feed them, fine. You don't, they'll go get a mouse or a snake.
Yep.
They adopted one of them, and another lady out here adopted the other one. I was so grateful that they went. They didn't have to be put down, and they both ended up in really good homes. They're living their best life right now, and I'm grateful for that.
Well, all these animals that are being dumped, they're not horrible animals.
Right.
They just have litter after litter after litter because
Right.
they don't fix the dogs they've
Sure.
got, so they keep procreating, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
they can't afford them, so they come and dump them. The problem that lies where we don't have a dog pound. We need to go to the city council meeting and ask them, why did you take away our dog pound? You know what they did?
Funding.
The sheriff
Funding.
department took over the building.
It's funding. They'll tell you, we don't have the money to feed these dogs, and not enough donations come in.
Well, see, these SPCA people, they come get the dogs, they feed them, doesn't cost you anything, they house them, and then they give them away.
Next question?
The next question is still from Mary, and she's asking about there is a house down the road from her. There's a lot of trash in it, and people actually dumping more trash in that property. It seems like it's abandoned, and she's asking if the POA can do something about it.
Well, we do have good news on that one. I was able to find the owner of the property. He was owner financing that home to a gentleman. The guy moved out, and if you're familiar with the house I'm talking about, it was bad. So we made an arrangement with him that if he would bring out a tractor and a dumpster, that we would make our tractor available and help him clean that place up.
Good.
I was out of town the day he called and said I'm on my way, but I called Gene, and as gracious as he is, he took his little tractor over and he helped with it and even left it for them to use when he had to leave. So I haven't been by him the last few days, but the place should be much more clean. And if we have to put up a little camera over there catching people dumping, we will. But we are working on getting that cleaned up.
There is a couple of houses. It looks like several families have gotten together on Old Don, and they're doing the same thing, trashing everything. It looks horrible. It looks like a dump.
Well, we need to take a picture of it and send them a registered letter with a picture of their place.
It's one of the worst
And let them know that we're no longer willing to put up with this, and it needs to be cleaned up.
So what it is, it looked like several families got together and they're all in one great big area.
Sure.
And they're dumping junk everywhere. They got vehicles everywhere. And they got stuff just,
On Old
like
Don.
it looks like a dump. It's on Old Don.
Is that the Geese's place you're talking about?
I don't know whose place it is. People keep,
Across from mine? Kind of down close to my road?
yeah,
That would be the Geese's. Okay.
looks pretty bad.
They have cleaned it up a lot.
A lot, yeah.
It was worse than
It
that.
was worse, yes.
Okay, well, that's where we stand there. Next question.
Next question is from Sarah Cromwell, and she's asking about changing the POA building name to the Totem Pole Lodge from the community building. So she did conducted the survey on Facebook on April 17th, and 66 people of the 66% of them, they said they
Change
would
it
like
back.
to change it back.
Well, I don't see any problem with changing it back. I mean, you don't have to go through a vote or anything. As far as I'm concerned, we can get a sign painter, change the sign out here from community center to Totem Pole.
That would be a board decision, not a community decision.
Right.
Yeah.
But we still would like the community to be involved, to feel like they had a say in the matter.
Right. Do y'all know the history of this totem pole thing?
We don't have time for it right now. I don't
I'm
mean to cut you
not giving the
off.
whole history. I'm
But-
just saying, the natives came out, built that thing to honor this whole area.
Right.
And that's why they built that.
Well, I know who changed it. I don't know why.
Alabama Pashada.
She felt like it was bringing us into the 21st century, I guess. But here's the deal. The consensus on the Facebook post was positive. They'd like to see it come back. I think everybody on the board is happy with that decision. And we've got a gentleman in the neighborhood that's a retired sign painter. I don't know if you recall that conversation, but he said if we would buy the stuff, that he would paint us a new sign. So, since we're here and we can ask the community what they think, it's positive. If y'all feel positive, I think the board is in agreement. I vote we change it back to the Totem Pole Lodge. All in favor?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Bear? Okay, everybody's in agreement. You can let her know that we will change it back to what it was. I'll reach out to the sign painter and try to make it happen.
Yeah, those are all the questions we have. Just want to mention that we still haven't like a very good views online for our meeting. Like the last meeting, we almost right now, like last time I checked, almost have the video was played like almost 800 times.
Wow.
For a small community, that's big enough. So people are watching. If not, they are not participating. Doesn't mean they don't care. They do care, and I'm very happy that we letting the people see that what's going on in here. And again, that hopefully help with the rumors out there, because there's so many people like Tony was saying, saying very negative things about the POA, about what we do here. We try our best. But like Tony said before, we can do as much as you guys allow us to. If you're not paying your dues, you're not helping, you're not participating with us, you expect too much from us. So we are reflecting what the community is doing. We only reflect here. We can't do like something that's incredible. We can do as much as we can. We're all humans. But what I wanted to say finally is that please, if you have something negative to say, we all do. I do have negative things to say all the time, but I keep it to myself. So just, if you have anything negative to say, I'm not saying we don't want you to say anything. Just say something positive, or try to change it yourself. Meaning, come here, tell us what we need to do, or help us to do things. Right now, like we are short-handed here at the POA. We lost some people. So the ones that are already here, we can do as much. We cannot, we are short-handed. So you look and you say, oh, we talked about this last time, and they didn't do anything about it. Why? Because we have more important thing to do to finish first before we get to this. For example, like right now the problem that we have with the beach. So we all working on that. We're working with lawyers, we're working with other things, they're asking for paperwork, we're digging for things. So it doesn't mean that we're not doing anything. You're not seeing it, but we are actively doing a lot of things in the background. But unfortunately, maybe that's not satisfactory for some people. But again, if you have anything negative to say, I would say it's not going to help us. If every person says something negative, guess what? Even our moral here is going to go down. And if that happens, then we do less community. Example, good example, like what happened to the beach, you know. People did not support at the time the POA. They were not there for them. They were not fighting with us. And then somebody came and just took the beach from us. Okay, that's the beginning. If we don't get involved, then we are going to lose a lot more than that. You guys not thinking it's only the roads, but it's not. I'm not talking to the people only here. I'm talking to everybody online too. So hopefully, you know, we can give more positive things, or people wants to come and volunteer to them. We really appreciate that. What do you guys think?
I would like to say this, especially for the people that are watching remotely. We hear you. We hear it every day. We know you're unhappy with the way things are going, as are we. But the cold hard facts is, everybody on this board is a volunteer. Nobody gets a paycheck. Oftentimes we end up spending our own money to benefit the community. And what we get is complaints. And the complaints usually come from the people that do the least. That's the cold hard facts. Most of the items you request of us cost money. If there's no money, it can't get done. Yet you choose to blame us because it didn't get done. We'll do whatever you financially allow us to do. But please know, every single day, we're here working on your behalf. Even though we have lives, family, illness, emergencies, we have the same issues you have. We have the same expenses personally that you have. But we still make time to give to our community. So before you spread rumors, repeat things you heard, reach out to one of us. We're not hard to find. You don't like the answer? I'm sorry. We're going to tell you the truth because there's no benefit in telling you a lie. So get involved, for God's sakes. Don't sit and run us down or complain about what we're not doing. Realize why we're not doing it. It all costs money. And if you're not paying your dues, we can't make it happen.
Can't make something out of nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't make something out of nothing. And you cannot sit there and put your 2 cents in if you're not putting your energy in this place.
Well, for a lot of people, it's too easy to sit behind that keyboard and make up stuff or repeat what they heard.
Right.
You know, did you hear it from us? Probably not. You probably heard it from somebody out there in the public that's angry about something. We've got a couple of people that just burn that keyboard up, inventing all kinds of crazy things because of the safety of their own home. And they post anonymously.
Keyboard warrior.
I pay no attention to anonymous posts. If you don't have the intestinal fortitude to say, hi, my name is Joe Blow and I don't like something you're doing, then give us the opportunity to explain to you why it happened that way. Don't just believe rumors. Angry people say horrible things. And once you say those words, you can't take them back. Yes, sir.
If people really want to know the facts and the truth about what's going on with the POA and the community, they need to respond
Sure.
by coming to the meetings. We got several thousand people that live here and more even than that own property and come once in a while. But our meetings are very, very sparse.
Well, sure they
If they
are.
have an opinion, an idea, social media is not the best place to put it in there. The best place is to come to the meeting and then respond at the meeting. That way you're here with the people who are doing the things that you're talking about, so you'll get the facts rather than hearsay.
They don't have to come to the meetings now because thanks.
Absolutely. They can watch the videos. No,
Here's they can't make it.
Here's the deal, folks. If you're shy, now I'm talking to a lot of you, you don't do well in public, you don't speak in public, you don't do public places. I get it. Reach out to one of us on the board. Somebody's always in this neighborhood. We're always here to talk to you. Come by my house. You'll see me working over there. You'll see Gene at home working with his chickens. You'll see Miss Getta raising her birds and working in her garden. We're people just like you. We all have a vested interest in this community. Get involved. Quit running your mouth and making up stuff that's not true. Fix the problem. Don't make it worse. Good Lord.
On a positive note for everybody, well, kind of, sort of, we said this last meeting that we didn't qualify for FEMA, but we are looking into the past grant information to us, and so we're looking into that. Anybody who knows how to write up grants, greatly appreciate any input and help on that. There was a road safety one. Unfortunately, the due date was the day I got the email about it. So we couldn't get into that because we don't have any of the information gathered up to do it. But it's once a year one, and I'm hoping next year we can start working on getting that all ready to go. So when it comes up, we can submit it right away. And it's getting funds for the roads. Then we're looking at getting funds for the dam. And we have, one of our biggest plus on that is the fact that Lake Donna has that water hydrant, basically, for no other word, for the fire department. And any fire department that's out here fighting a fire can draw from our lake. And the boundaries for the fire department are quite extensive, not just here in Indian Springs. They go all the way down to Southern Baptist Church. And this way to what? 1276?
I think y'all service Segno in that area. And
All
reservation.
that,
Yeah.
but when I was on Carbon, Denver's got more people than what they got now.
Right.
They asked if they could take over Denver.
Right.
Wilson Lake. I didn't have it. I mean,
They had
either way, we'll get there before they do.
Sure.
I mean, once they get there, then we'll let them have it. You know, that's in their territory for years, and Jerry Luke, that took it away.
segregated everything.
So let's try to give everything back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know their boundaries around here.
Yes. And we
Now,
come,
like these lakes they got around here, they can't draw water that lake. The reason why, because the way they got the pipe running, it'll suck that water out so fast, it'll drive the lake down. Knowing it's not spring water. And wherever it is, they got mud and grass.
Right.
Oh, it'll pop it up there, burning the
Yeah.
pump. That's the reason why they not bringing water out of the pump.
it's something that we need to address because that is the only way we're gonna get that dam fixed.
Yeah.
Because it services-
If we have to redo the suction line or whatever,
Because
but,
the grant says it has to help the community. Gotta benefit the community, not just Indian Springs, the community, not just the POA. So if we have to fix it, make sure that we can do that, we need to make sure we do, because if we don't, we're not gonna get that grant. Because we have to show that it helps the whole community, not just Indian Springs. So we need to work on it.
Do you have anything jotted down that you'd like to cover?
not jotted down. I do have one thing. I had somebody approach me about getting our flagpoles fixed, and I come up with a solution. I don't have pricing on it yet, but, and I've got one of the old flagpoles, or pieces of the old flagpoles that were taken down, same size as these. I want to take a section of it with me. General wire, I can get Schedule 80 PVC, which is a little over a 1/4 inch thick. And I want to find out how much it would cost for a section. If I could get 20-foot joints, that would be great. One piece all the way up to the top would take care of the problem. Slide it inside the poles, and we wouldn't have the problem of the wind snapping it the next time that it rains real heavy. unless it's a hurricane or a tornado. But, otherwise, it's going to be 10-foot joints, and then you have to get them adhered together with the adhesive or the glue so that you get a one-piece fit. And once I do that, find out how much it is, I'll let people know, you know, here's what it's going to cost to fix those flagpoles. And I'll probably try to do all three of them, get the PVC up the side of all three of them, that way we don't have that problem.
The flag is in good shape still, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Brittany was up here right after they fell, so she collected them and brought them to my house. They've been washed, folded, and they're sitting under my TV ready to be reinstalled.
Because I have one that would fit it brand new.
Okay.
I'm just asking.
Well,
Yeah,
I do
kind of
know,
caught everybody by surprise. That's why the flags didn't come
Yeah.
down. That's why they got, you know.
well, I did talk to Kent, and he sent me the link for the company that the fire department bought their flagpole from, and it's still standing proud. It didn't bend. So if push comes to shove and we can afford to buy, new flagpoles, then we'll order from that company and, get the same ones the fire department has. So,
Well, you have to check out see how much the
Mhm.
Beautify cost, and how much the flagpole cost.
Right.
See,
whatever works best.
yeah.
We have options.
I have nothing else. Anybody? Do you have anything?
Anything from the crowd? Sorry. Those that chose to be here, anything? Mayor, do you have anything? Miss Vanessa, nothing?
The only thing I have is I drive up and down the morning and to Canada, and there's supposedly a car that is up by parked dogs next to
Did you understand, Vanessa?
Yeah, he's
Something about being on Coshada.
Yeah.
you know, Park Springs is.
Yes.
Okay, there's a house that sits on the top of Park Springs that's completely faster left unlocked. There's a busted car that lives there. And if you come this Monday out, right down my street, there's a trailer that looks like trash and cleaned up out of it.
Right.
A trailer, all windows open,
Yeah.
and
That's the one we were just talking about where the owner came out and we helped him clean up the mess. He should have closed the windows in the trailer, but if he didn't, I'll reach out to him again and, and try to get an ETA on when he'll be back.
That's on Conestoga, correct?
because they're all around the school. Or the one, and just see.
We will make a note to reach out to him again. I have his phone number, and we'll see when he plans on coming back, and we'll work with the guy any way we can. We'll try to get it straightened up.
I have nothing else. Anything else?
Motion?
I think got me a job during daytime. I work
Yeah.
Monday through Friday. I work United States, time I do rain down.
She told me you'll be working local now.
I know y'all working on the road sometimes, y'all private thing. Y'all know, Jay's got his truck at the store.
Okay.
Y'all get the bill. All you gotta do, what it is, right in the front, stop by it, and you give us a hand on the road. Even Bill could bottom time, so he told me, y'all didn't know, I'd get him, he'd come up.
You gotta know, anytime you've got free time and you want to jump on these roads, all you gotta do is let me know. If our tractor's running, you've ran it before, you're welcome to use it. Do you run the maintainer?
He's never done that.
Well, I hadn't either until we got that one, and after a while, you figure it out.
I know the guy across the street, he works on heavy equipment, he can run the maintainer. Y'all
Right.
let somebody run it.
I can run maintainers, but this here's a challenge for me.
It's,
I know, when he drove by the other day, he would come and get the
I
light.
mean, you don't dare put it in high gear.
no.
It will be all over the road. And probably up in yours, and everything, even though you're holding it. It's got a half a turn of play in the steering wheel.
I passed him and he was driving his eyes with that big.
Yeah, but like I say, the guy talked to me, man, he
I thought his health was bad.
Yeah.
he was damn up.
Do I?
I thought his health was bad.
No, he had a stroke and he's waiting to be medically released so he can actually go back to
Go
driving.
back to work, okay. Last time I talked to him, he wasn't allowed to work anymore.
Yeah, he's in really good shape.
But he's dying to be funny.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
but he's smart on the counter.
If you talk to him, because I don't have his number, ask him, can you run a maintainer? I've got a couple of roads out here that he could go and take care of.
Also on the maintainer, we have replaced one of the tires, it's $315. We got 5 more to replace.
Yeah.
Anybody want to make a donation towards those, we
Absolutely.
can use it because they are ready to pop at any time.
And look at that.
Well, they've been on there so long, they have cracks in them that, I mean, I could almost put my fist in them.
I could be wrong, but they look like the original tires from 1969. I'm
They don't
telling
make
you.
pops, there's some wheel pops.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's no way about it. It's just any time now.
Let me look at the size on the tire.
I'm sorry?
I'm gonna go look at the size on that tire, see what size they're of. I'm not gonna wear a face out there in Jackson.
They're 825/20s.
He's got people, Gene. I'm just saying, he's got people.
I got people with that tire.
You cannot get that grip that is on the original tires anymore. They are not available. That's why.
That tread pedal hasn't been made for years.
If you look at the one that's on the other side, it's actually, I think, off, for like a big, heavy duty forklift. That's what it looks like.
I mean, the owner, he got that big yard. I can look around, whatever time we got, he's talking about stop. I can look at him and see if he's good. And if they let me have it, I'll bring him home and they got to put him on there.
Yeah, if they're not cracked and everything else, like I said, these things have cracks in them that be that long. From top down, all the way down.
Even used ones at this point, if they're not cracked, will be better than what we've got on there now.
Yes.
And Gene and I have already replaced one, so we know what's involved in putting a new one on. It'll be cheaper for us if we could get a used tire, just to go and buy a new tube and a new liner, you know, and then put the used tire on it. That'll keep us going until we can afford to replace them all.
No, they're not cheap.
Yes, sir.
Make a motion, we adjourn the meeting?
We have a motion from Joseph Day to adjourn.
I second that.
We have a
Yes,
second.
Vanessa has seconded, we're done. And thank you for coming, John. We appreciate your consistency, we really do.